Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Liberty Lady Liz here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. New videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Thanks for 54 subscribers. Please get me to 1K subscribers. And yeah, so today I'm going to be doing 18 questions about me, Liz, States Edition. So enjoy. How many states have you been to? I've been to 17 states. 17. Yeah. What are your three favorite states you've been to? My three states I have been to are Pennsylvania, Virginia, and South Carolina. What were your favorite things you did in Pennsylvania? My favorite things I did in Pennsylvania was went to Hershey Park, saw Liberty Bell, saw Independence Hall where the Constitution and Declaration of Independence were signed, and see Betsy Ross's house, and go to the U.S. Mint, and I went to where Ben Franklin and his wife Deborah Franklin are buried. So, yeah. What were your favorite things you did in Virginia? My favorite things I did in Virginia were go to Colonial Williamsburg, which is a colonial village, and I stayed upstairs above a colonial tavern from the 18th century, like the 1700s. I went to Mount Vernon, which is the home of George Washington, and then I went to Monticello, which is the home of Thomas Jefferson. Yeah. Yeah. What were your favorite things you did in South Carolina? My favorite things I did in South Carolina were go to my grandparents, hang out at my grandparents' condo, was sometimes with my cousins and my uncles and my grandparents in Pawleys Island when I was little. I used to go to the beach. They live on a beach down in South Carolina, but up here they live in a normal house. And I went to the pool down there. They have a pool at their condo down in South Carolina, but up here they don't have a pool. And I went to the Charleston Aquarium. I've been to Brook Green Gardens, which is a statue place, and you can eat at a cafe there. I went to the Hollywood Wax Museum. I've been to a Ferris wheel at Myrtle Beach. I love the Charleston Airport. It's such a beautiful airport. What else? Yeah, at the Charleston Aquarium, I saw an albino alligator, and they gave me shark's tooth while I was in the gift shop. It was green, like army green. What else? I've done a lot of things down in South Carolina. Oh, go to Eggs Up Grill for breakfast. They have other things than just eggs. And yeah, those are my favorite things I've done in South Carolina. Yeah. What were your favorite things you did in Washington State? My favorite things I did in Washington State, well, okay, I was visiting my mother's side of the family because my mother's mother, my grandmother, she grew up in Washington State. So my favorite things I've done in Washington State is I've only been to Seattle, and I've been there once. I was there when I was like a year old in July of 08 because I was born in March of 07, and my birthday's coming up soon. I'm so excited. But my favorite thing I did in Washington State, I went to Seattle. I saw the Space Needle, and then I took family pictures and with my aunts with my aunts and uncles, and my great aunts and great uncles, and my dad, and I was in a stroller, and my grandparents. And then I have this favorite picture. It's in my picture frame in a room right now with me, my mom, my grandmother, and my great grandmother, and it's like 4 generations. And at my grandparents' house in Massachusetts, they're not home. They're at their home in South Carolina right now. But I'll be seeing them next week in South Carolina. I'm so excited for February break, for school break. But anyway, at their home in Massachusetts, on top of their fireplace, on like the mantle, They have a rose candle that's scented, and it says 4 generations, and it's a picture of me, my grandmother, my great grandmother, my mother when I was 1 year old, and it says four. It's called 4 generations, and it's so nice. And also, my other favorite thing was meeting my great grandma. I took a picture with her, just her and I, in Seattle, or somewhere in Washington State. I believe it was Seattle. And yeah, but meeting family there was my favorite thing. Have you been to historical sites in other states? Of course, yes, I have been to historical sites in other states. What is your favorite thing about Pennsylvania? I don't know. Pennsylvania is just a really cool state. I mean, all the states I've been to is really cool, but Pennsylvania is the one in particular, besides South Carolina and Virginia, and obviously here in Massachusetts. But yeah. So Pennsylvania, probably not only the historical sites, but just like the people down there, they're really nice. And I also like that. I also like the hotels in Philadelphia. They're really nice and they're really clean. And I also like that Pennsylvania, especially in Philadelphia and in Hershey, Pennsylvania, there's no littering whatsoever on the ground. Not like up here in Massachusetts where you see like boxes of like soda or like cans of soda on the ground. People actually pick up after themselves in Pennsylvania. So yeah, those are my favorite things about Pennsylvania. What are your favorite things about Virginia? My favorite things about Virginia are the southern accents and the food. It's really good. Yeah. What are your favorite things about South Carolina? My favorite things about South Carolina are the restaurants and the palm trees. Because South Carolina is state's nickname is the Palmetto State. So yeah. What is so unique about South Carolina? What is so unique about South Carolina is all the palm trees. Not that not South Carolina is the only state in the country with palm trees, because obviously LA has them. Well, California and Los Angeles, California has them. Parts of Arizona have them. Atlanta, Georgia has them. Florida has them. Yeah. Um, but the thing specifically about South Carolina palm trees is like every single place you go, whether you go to a historical site or you park at a parking lot at a restaurant or you go to somebody's house or you go to like a condo or an apartment, everywhere, every single place in the state of South Carolina has a palm tree. That's what I love about it. Is that you could never go wrong. And I love the palm trees at night because when the wind blows like over near the water or over the ocean for my grandparents, you can see the moon. I like when the moon rises at night in South Carolina. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. But yeah. And since they live on the beach in Polish Island, like you can see there are palm trees like I think there's a palm tree like around a pool at where they live. But yeah, it's really nice. If you ever have a chance to visit South Carolina in your life, go. Don't miss the opportunity because there's a lot of fun things you can do down there. What is the most unique food you have had in a southern state? The most unique food I have had in a southern state, meaning Virginia and South Carolina, is hush puppies. They're just so good. You can put butter on them. They're sweet. They're made out of cornmeal. Oh my god, they're so good. They're not healthy for you, but they're really good. What 4 states would you recommend for your fans to visit? The 4 states I would recommend for my fans to visit are Massachusetts, because I live here, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. If you could go to 2 states as many times as you wanted, what 2 states would you go to? If I could go, that's a good question. If I could go to 2 states as many times as I wanted to, What states would I go to? I'd definitely go to Florida again because I've only been there once for one of my cousin's birthdays, for Braylon's fourth birthday. She's the next oldest after me. I was like 5 and a half. I was in kindergarten. We went to Orlando, and that was my only time because we went to Disney World. So definitely Florida because I'd love to see other parts of Florida. I'd like to go to Miami Beach and Pennsylvania. Yeah, Florida and Pennsylvania. What four states do you really want to go to? What four states do I really want to go to? I really want to go to Georgia, New York, Arizona, and California. So Georgia, New York, Arizona, and California. Yep. Do you like flying to South Carolina on a plane? Yes, I like flying to South Carolina on a plane. It's better than driving because I once drove to, not South Carolina, but I once drove to North Carolina. It took like 16 or 17 hours. It was a long drive. So yeah, I like flying to the South Carolina on a plane, or even North Carolina. So yeah. Name one state you have been to once. One state I've been to once is Florida. Name four states and their state capitals. Florida, Tallahassee. North Carolina, Raleigh. South Carolina, Columbia. Arizona, Phoenix.